Toronto 1. Hello, Canada, from coast to coast, and welcome to Game 1 of the Western Conference Final. Here's Kirk McLean. He's having a great playoff. He comes in with a 2.33 goals against average and a very impressive .926 save percentage. Felix Potvin in 7 home playoff starts. Potvin has allowed only 9 goals over 13 games now. His average is 2.36. There's the referee, Dan Marawelli. Kevin Collins and Dan Shakti will work the lines. I'm Bob Cole in the booth with Harry Neal. And we have a new view for you tonight. There's a camera we have set in the net in behind Felix Potvin as we start this first period. And in front of Potvin will be Gill and Ellett, Gilmore, Gardner, and Clark for Vancouver. Hedican and Brown, the defenseman, in front of McLean with Momesso, Ronning, and Jelena. We are underway. The conference final. First 2 games here. A ship to Vancouver then for 3-4 and if necessary 5. Jelena takes the first bump and shakes it off. Ronning nearly got in front of the net, but here's Gilmore. He gets his first hit of this hockey game. Gardner took the pass. He'll be offside. He could not control it. Hitting the blue line. Offside is called.
Well, there's always a number of questions fans, coaches, and even the players have about each other. Pat Quinn is not a coach that usually matches lines. We know Pat Burns is. Will Pat do a little bit of it here to avoid Burns' matchup? We'll have to wait and see. I talked to Ron McLean about how the Leafs can control Pavel Bure. That is their biggest assignment. There's no doubt about that. And Doug Gilmore took a big hit from Sergio Momesso early in this game. He will not be a protected species in the eyes of the Canucks. I can guarantee you that.
The Vancouver big line is on. Trevor Linden, Bure, and Adams. Didick and Babbage are the defensemen. The Leafs shoot it in with Zezel, Osborne, and Berg on the ice. There goes Zezel chasing Babbage. And the first penalty of the hockey game comes here at 44 seconds into the first period. Dan Marawelli grabs Babbage for knocking the Leaf player down, and the first power play goes to Toronto.
Oh, some good forechecking for the Leafs. The puck was kicked back in. Zezel goes to get it, and Babbage hooks him from behind on the way into the boards. So the Leafs will get a power play early in this game. Their power play, 17 for 58 in the playoffs. The Vancouver Canucks penalty killing is one of the reasons they're here. They've allowed only 9 goals in 70 penalty killing situations in these the 94 playoffs.
It'll be interesting to see now if the Leaf power play continues on the successful rate that has been established in these playoffs.
8 for 26 against the Sharks. It's probably the main reason they're here offensively.
Gilmore, Andrechuk, Clark on the ice. The puck bouncing away from Mironov. Ellett is the other defenseman for Toronto. Here it is. Back to the net, Mironov. McIntyre is one penalty killer. Hunter the other up front for Vancouver. The Leafs shoot it in wide of the net. Ellett on the boards. That'll be sent back down the ice. Lume, the defenseman, clearing it. Glenn is with Lume. The Leafs come out. 1.5 minutes left in the penalty to Vancouver. Clark got to center, flipped it up over the line. It is shot back to the net. McLean missed it. Here comes Gilmore. Gilmore goes in and couldn't reach it, and it was lifted high down the ice. Potvin will step out as the Canucks change the penalty killers. Linden is on there now. He's in for checking for Vancouver, and he gets the puck, gets a shot off the blocker of Potvin. Andrechuk back there with Ellett and Gilmore. Andrechuk has to stop. Portnoy is watching him. Moving out is Mironov. He left it for Gilmore, and Clark is coming in. Mironov had to take it behind him. Shot it back to the net. Gilmore is tied up by Linden. Ellett flipped it into Clark. Clark back to Ellett. And again into Clark. Back to the line. Mironov gave it to Ellett. And he stumbled trying to hang on to it and lost it. Came off his stick, and then when he went to move for it, he kind of tripped himself and then couldn't recover.
I think he was surprised to get the pass, and that's what caused the stumble. Well, these teams, of course, scout each other on video. Both teams had a scout at all the games in their previous series. I think the Leaf forwards are going to get a lot more physical attention in front of the net than they did against San Jose. And here's a good example. Brett Hedigan giving Anderchuk a tough time if Anderchuk wants to park there. Urbe's not in goal. McLean is. He will not give the puck away as often as Urbe did on the shoot-ins.
31 seconds left in the penalty to Vancouver. No score, first period. We played just 2:13 of the first. Leafs have not had a shot yet. McCown ahead to Gilmore. Moving up with Borshevsky. Leaves it on the boards and gets it back. Now trying to hit Borshevsky. Here's McCown. First save of the game for McLean. Covered on the short side. McCown again. In for Gardner. His shot. And McLean made another fine stop as he jammed himself to the short side. And then going down, held it.
I'm not sure McLean saw that. It wasn't a hard shot by McCown, but it was on the net. And when you're on the point, that's your first job. Or sorry, Gardner. Bad angle. He's hoping Borshevsky can tip it or it's screened. Neither of those things happened. McLean makes a better save on an earlier play on the short side. That's the shot from McCowan. McLean has been razor sharp for the Canucks in the playoffs against Dallas. He stopped 94% of the Stars' shots.
Babbage is ready to come back on the penalty. Just 9 seconds left on it now. No score. Zezel gets into McCown, winning the draw. Here's a shot. McLean the save. Osborne went after it. It hit a stick and went high over the glass into the crowd. And 3 seconds from now, Babbage will be back on.
Well, the quick pass from McCowan to Lefebvre and the shot actually was too quick. I mean, he had no screen. You're not going to beat McLean from there. Lefebvre probably would have been a little smarter to wait for some traffic to get over, but that pass across flamed so quickly that the Leaf forwards couldn't get to the front of the net. The Russian Rock, the widest and the whitest vapor trail in the National Hockey League. We'll see it before this game ends.
Imagine. Picked up in the 4th round.
Then they had to go to Mr. Ziegler and appeal the fact that he was eligible for the draft. What a break that was for the Canucks. And what a smart move it was to draft him when all the other teams thought he wasn't eligible.
Back to the blue line. Lefebvre shot tipped wide of the goal. Here's Trevor Linden. A long pass to center ice intended for Burry. Lefebvre hooked it back in. McLean out of the net. Left it back to the goal. And the Canucks, Jyrki Lumme carries out, long pass across center ice. Just offside, and they'll bring it back. Pavel Bure remains on there now on the right side, and Craven is on there to take the face-off against Krushelnyski. This is Krushelnyski's first shift of the game. No score, first period. Lefebvre dumped it to center, across center ice, and again, that's offside.
Well, one way you can spoil a matchup, and Pat Quinn's tried it, is to put your top player, the guy the Leafs are most worried about, Pavel Bure, on 2 lines. And that's what he had him out there in that shift. Pat Quinn matched with his 4th group. Now we'll see whether Quinn will put out another line. So there is a little matchup game going here. Manderville's got the Bure assignment. Pat Quinn paid Bure a great compliment. He said he's been inspired by the fact the opponents have played such close physical attention to him. Haven't the great ones all had that quality?
From the face-off, Toronto on the draw. In back of the net, it's centered off the boards. Comes all the way down the ice for McLean. Nearing the 4-minute mark of the first period. No score. Canucks have had just the 1 shot. The Leafs, with a power play, mind you, have had 3. And across the line, Andreychuk knocked into the corner. Babbage back of the net. Eastwood failed to stop his pass. It is Tim Hunter clearing it out to the center ice area. Andreychuk wrapped it back in. Right on the net to claim the save. Lumme got away from Eastwood. Lumme coming out. Babbage to center ice with it. Again, the Leafs bring it up. Canucks stop it near center ice, and Babbage waltzing in there, going to the corner. is right back to Linden. Shoots. That's deflected wide of the Leaf goal. Canucks on it. Bure centered it. Potvin down. Makes the stop. The Leafs trying to clear it. They get it out. Mironov was upended. He goes right on. Here's Bure doing a trick or two, and the backhander went up high and over the net. Fooled everybody there. Linden can't get a shot as the Canucks pour it on here as we near the 5-minute mark of the first period. And Linden had a good chance.
Well, Pavel Bure on a turnover makes a cute little play to try and beat the defenseman. Here it is right here. Watch this. Off his skate up to the backhand, and by the time he got it, he was a little too far in. Never mind whether it works, Bob. How many guys would even try that move at this time of the year?
Automatic. What a great hockey player. He'll be exciting in this series. He's helped to lift the Canucks so far. Western Conference Final. Calgary, Dallas, they're gone. Craven comes across center, played it down the left wing. Courtnall is bumped by Gill. Left it for Craven. Craven centered it through the crease. Allen was there to bat it away. Now it's up front again. What a great chance that was. And the quick shot by Lafayette, just wide. Craven dumped it out again to him. Another shot, and Potvin made a big save. Kicking out the right pad. That shot was inside the post, and Potvin made a big stop. Jeff Brown comes back for Vancouver. For Lafayette, left it at center ice. It's poked over the line by Jelena. But here's Lefebvre for Toronto. He had to go the other way with Jelena. They're watching him. Played to the line, and Clark picked it up. Clark to center. Slow getting away, and then fired one high into the crowd. 5:31 into the first, and no score.
Well, we've talked.
The Leafs shoot the puck in. Clark along the boards. Mironov was at the blue line, but the puck got in all the way and back to the net. Memesso shot it out. Up to center ice. Ronning coming in with Jelena. Ronning stopping. Can't get a shot. Gardner took it away from him. Clark dumped it on the boards, and it rolls inside the Vancouver line. Lume back. Gilmore forechecking Lume. Jelena missed it. Gardner tapped it back to Mironov, and he circled to get away from Ronning. Mironov to center. Was knocked to the ice by Jelena. Lume back. Gardner in watching him. The Canucks just clear it to center ice, and the Leafs shoot it back in. Cautious period so far. Two Canucks are up to center ice. Ronning and Memesso. Jelena catching up, going for the net. Ronning can't get a shot. To the line where Babbage let her rip, and he missed the goal. Leafs get it out. Gilmore has to stop to pick it up. Lays it rink wide to McCown as the Leafs were changing, and his shot from center ice. Stopped by Kirk McLean. This is Diddick. Shoots it in. Ronning is heading off. They're changing quickly. Eastwood turning for Toronto, and out of his own zone. He gets over center and strides up over the line. Andrew Chuck. The shot off McLean's goal stick. And into the crowd. A good rush and a fine shot by Andrew Chuck. Nice save by McLean.
Dave Andrechuk with one even strength goals in 13 playoff games takes a nice drop pass from Eastwood and forces McLean to make the best save he's made, but I don't think it was on the net. They need Andrechuk to produce in round 3.
Vancouver controls on the face-off. Gerald Diddick back of the net for the Vancouver Canucks, and Babbage comes out. Pass to center, crisp pass, grab, but then lost at the lead blue line, and Babbage will go back and try it again. Osborne is the forechecker. Linden on the move, and couldn't control that pass. A hard one off his stick and into the Vancouver bench.
Everybody's at the game tonight here. There's Mr. Cruz and Mrs. Cruz, Nicole Kidman. Some moviegoers love both those actor and actresses. I only like them a bit. Cruz is a hockey fan. This is the 3rd playoff game he's seen.
Everybody in the country at this time is a hockey fan now, I would say.
In this country, that's for sure.
Bird playing it up, a little deep into the corner. And here goes Babbage for Vancouver. Took a hit from Osborne. The puck gets out to center ice. Now they begin to hit a little bit. We expected some hitting. There hasn't been a lot yet. We are nearing the 8-minute mark. Bure in his own zone. Bird nearly took it from him. Bure was knocked down, and the puck comes to center, and Babbage is getting in. He stopped. Here comes Bure. Couldn't reach it in time. Osborne sent him flying. Here's Bird moving out. Pass goes in off the boards to the left of the net. Lafayette is back to pick it up for Vancouver, and Bure got the pass. Bure coming in with a shot deflected wide of the net. He has it again. Bure back to the goal. Speeding along the line. Had it knocked off his stick and out to center ice. Brown dumps it in. Moving away from Andreychuk as he did. 8.5 minutes into the first period. 5-3 other shots in favor of Toronto. But there is no score in the game yet. Plain leading this. Jeff Brown takes it around the net. Canucks winding up. The Leafs are forechecking and stopping the Canucks before they can get too much of a rush going. They're in now, though. Corner left and Lafayette shot. Rebound. Potvin made a big save. The rebound. Nobody could get near it. And now it's into the crowd again.
It's the Vancouver Canucks' best chance to score there, young Lafayette. Let's have a look at it from the way Potvin would see it from the net cam right here. Takes it on the right shoulder. Didn't go all the way down, so he was all set to get back up if there was a rebound. We're going to see lots of interesting shots from that camera in the net. Unless Bure hits it with one of his bullets. Bill Burke threw a big hit on Adams here.
From the face-off, Toronto on the puck. Dave Ellen working the puck out slowly. Up through center as Eastwood had it stripped away. And Courtnall turned it back. Tipped inside his own line by Borshevsky. Canucks try to shoot it in. Craven will. It'll go right to Potvin. For Todd Gill. Courtnall bumped Gill back to the net. Andreychuk's pass. Across in front of the net. Lafayette shot. Deflected wide of the goal. Courtnall drives it in back of the net. Here's Craven pressing. Up front it comes. And the Leafs pick it up and get out. Gill leaving it for Borshevsky down across the line. Dropping it to Gill. Shot stopped and Gill has the rebound. Gill tried to center it. Off a stick and two Canucks get it up to center ice. Courtnall couldn't play it. Courtnall now does. Gives it to Craven. He's coming in. Nice setup for him. But the Leafs pick it up. They do not clear it right away. We are at the halfway mark of the first period. No score. Baumgartner. First turn for him tonight. Shot it in on the goal. Vanderbilt back in the net. Tried to give it to Krushelnyski in front. He tapped it loose. And out come the Canucks. Up the center. McIntyre going for the net. But Ojik couldn't get the puck to him. The Leafs shoot it back in and the pace picks up now. No score. First period. Baumgartner able to hit. Almost cued by this sellout crowd. Ojik went in there. And the shot is deflected. Here's Vanderbilt. He's down there for Toronto. Krushelnyski catching up. Vanderbilt round the net. He left it there. Nobody saw it right away. Brian Glynn then did. And got it out to center, and he was hit. Now it's picking up for sure. They belt each other. Here comes Clark. The Canuck player running saw him coming. He went the other way to move it out. And made a good play, but then the Leafs broke it up and shot it back in. Lume back there. Here comes Clark. Gilmore was there for Toronto, but missed it. Jelena moving up for Vancouver. And he ran into Gill and knocked him down. Amesso went in there with a hit. No score, first period. 11:20 gone in this opening frame. 7-4, the shots in favor of Toronto. Gilmore left it there for Ella to move. Gill couldn't control it. Toronto through center. Gardner and Gilmore. Gardner's drive. Rebound. Gilmore was upended up. Four Canucks hop on it quickly. They get it up to center to Ronning. Ronning had to circle back with Gardner on him. Now he dumps it in, and the Canucks are making changes. The two teams are going at it now in this first game of the Western Conference Final. Pass off the glass.